Okay.
Okay, I would like to call the Street, Valley, Trees, and Bridges Committee to order. And we'll have roll call tonight, and I will just do that. We have in attendance Mrs. Paula Durbin.
Here.
Carrie Thayer is not here tonight, and Ken Bodkins. Should I ask to approve her,
Yeah, now, that would be now, yeah.
How do I say that?
Do I have a motion to excuse?
Yes, can I have a motion to excuse Carrie Thayer tonight?
I will do that.
Mr. Durbin, Ken Bodkins seconds.
All in favor?
I have looked at the meeting, minutes of the last meeting, so, from June 9th. I know Paul has looked at it, but, could I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting on June 9th of this year.
And I second that.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you. All right.
You're supposed to say that, I was running your mouth.
Yeah, you gotta coach me along sometimes, I'm sorry. We have an agenda in front of us tonight with one item for discussion. Could I have an approval of the agenda for this evening?
I make a motion to approve the agenda for this meeting tonight.
And I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Also in attendance tonight is Service Director Nikki Ward and Mayor Tom O'Leary. Thanks for being here.
Sure.
Okay, we have one discussion item tonight, ODOT consent legislation.
I'll go ahead and jump into
You
it.
do that,
Yeah,
Tom?
this is ODOT initiated. Just a quick background. The arrangement about who provides what service, and it really is maintenance, pothole patching, but I think it comes into bear more importantly on ice and snow. And around each city there are boundaries. Most of this applies to the two now long historic annexations, 61 out to 30 and 309 out to the airport essentially. And so if you think in your mind's eye, there's a series of corp limits, end of corp limit signs going out there. That presents a problem with mowing and maintenance of those properties that some are in the city limits and some are out. Okay. That's the first quick strand on the background. The second thing is that ODOT approached us apparently at the district office. There is a new person in charge of these sorts of situations, and they want to make sure that all of their agreements are consistent with how the annual or daily maintenance practice go on. So that what this does is defines an area. I believe the ordinance that's here authorizes us to enter into you agree to consent legislation, which defines the different responsibilities for that area. Last part I would say is that we are basically suggesting that the city of Galion pays ODOT to maintain those sections of highway that go out 309 towards Ontario and 61 towards Crestline. 598 is pretty clear. There's one or two areas. And this probably wouldn't come to our attention if ODOT didn't want to clarify and I guess get paid for those services. Driving up here, I was thinking about, we're really not well suited from an equipment perspective to do state highway, ice and snow maintenance. And I think over the years, the city of Gallion has done a good job with roadway maintenance. Paying our share of resurfacing. I don't really believe that that's a pothole prone sections of highway. But what this does is clarify who's gonna do what, and basically that we're gonna pay for the state to maintain that. I think that's a good arrangement, because as I started to say, it didn't really clarify, we really don't have the equipment to plow out near 30, out a wide 598. If you'd almost have to see it to imagine what I'm saying, but the 3 lanes going all the way out to Brant Road is really going to make it even more difficult. We have fewer of those kinds of ice and snow dump trucks. So this will put their responsibility in their pay for them to do that.
Well, they do a nice job of keeping those roads clear.
I think ODOT has done a really good job, honestly.
Right.
And they hardly ever sleep or camp out in the McDonald's parking lot. So
Yeah.
that's a really good thing. Whenever they're there, they're just there to get coffee. So that's it.
Is there any indication on what they're gonna charge for each time?
Yeah,
or?
I think it's annual. I think there's a number on there. I'm not sure there's an
I didn't
attachment.
print that whole.
It's about, it's roughly 20 to 25,000.
Oh,
That's grass mowing and snow?
That's, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I think that's probably, since they're out there in the neighborhood anyways, this is just an incremental cost.
Right.
sounds reasonable.
And it frees our folks being out there in all 4 seasons, mowing with equipment that's suitable, but we could use our wing mower, bat wing, as they call it.
Yeah.
We could use that on different spots in town. So anyway, I could go on, I won't.
Yeah.
That's-
This is something we've been doing. This is just an update. And with a new person, they want to make sure it's online.
They get paid for it,
Yep.
and that the liability concerns are identified.
Okay.
That's probably the issue. There was another issue. There was an incident, accident, if you will, and someone tied it back to poor maintenance, and then it was unclear who was responsible for that maintenance. All of a sudden, you can imagine the vulnerability we put ourselves in. So this will clarify that.
Okay, well, thank you. Paul, if you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, will we have to okay this and send this on to council?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion
And Paul will make the motion to
that
send it.
we forward to the full council ordinance number 2022-67.
And I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You have, other than that, you have any business that you want to talk about? I called Matt about one little subject today, and he said he would talk with you about when we had the Covert Road changed and then Wood Court there. Some semis are now using that driveway for some reason, going through there. And I don't know where they're going. They're not having trailers, just bare trucks driving back and forth. I don't know where they go.
Back
But
south to Kurtzman's, maybe?
it could be, but there's no way to get there except to go back to South Street and then turn left. It's just something. Then she asked also if there was any chance, if there was any extra fill available, if someone, sometimes even fills herself since she's lived there, but to fill that little strip for them. It's just a few holes once in a while. And I asked Pat about that today, and he said he would get with you. So I'll leave that up to you when you can try to work it in. And I told her, no promises made. We'll just see what we can do. So if there's no other business, our next meeting for this committee will be September 8th at 6:30. And could I have a motion to adjourn? There's no more business.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, makes the motion, I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Tom.
For sure.
6:40.
Small stuff, but